Okay, so today's call is going to be hosted by Danielle Mullen and Jessie White. And before I let them speak and talk a little bit about them, I've just been getting something. I've seen so much of people just feeling like, oh, I can't do this, and a lot of it is people that have been coaches for a while, and they're like, I just don't know what I'm doing, da da da. And sometimes I just need to just randomly say things every once in a while just to, kind of get you out of your funk, get you back into this, that you need to get out of your own way. If you're sitting there thinking this is so hard, I don't know, I can't be a coach, you're not doing the 3 vital behaviors. You need to stop overthinking, stop overanalyzing, stop thinking you're not good enough, stop thinking people are going to think you're annoying, stop thinking that people are going to think you're salesy, and just freaking do it. Make your posts, try to post 3 to 4 times a day. Also post about you. You don't want to be a Beachbody, billboard. And just message people. Our 7 a.m. power hours have been so awesome. I have been selling so much more stuff this week. I have been making so many more contacts this week because we're all just making sure that we do the 3 vital behaviors at 7 a.m. So, if the 7 a.m. doesn't work for you, find another time and ask a couple other coaches to join you. But I can't tell you enough that if you're sitting there crying that you're not Emerald and you've been a coach for a year, you need to get out of your own way and invite somebody. Just freaking say, hey girl, I love your post. You're so inspiring. Every time you post, I think, oh my gosh, you would make an amazing coach. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? And then send them the video, talk to them, form them. You just need to ask people. If you're sitting there wondering and scared and nervous and wondering why your business isn't successful, you're clearly not asking 3 to 5 people a day. And 3 is minimum. So when I say 3 to 5 people a day, if you want to move your business forward, it's 5. And that's not the hey girl message. That's not, hey, I love your dog. That's, have you ever thought about doing what I do as a coach? I think you'd be amazing. Or, girl, oh my gosh, I don't know if you're interested or not, but we have a new fitness challenge starting, and I just keep thinking how much fun it would be for us to do together. Do you currently have a routine, or do you think you can handle 30-minute workouts from home? And just go with it. Don't be afraid. If they say no, it's not going to be, no, you stupid freak. It's going to be like, okay, well, yeah, I can't right now, but maybe next time. So I just have to put that out there for people to stop making excuses. Stop saying I'm not good at it. Stop saying I'm a failure. I'm not a good coach. The reason why our team is so successful is because we have a ton of people that weren't afraid to do it anyways when they didn't feel like it, to make time when they didn't have time, and to send those invites. It's not rocket science. It's you inviting people. It's you posting and talking about your journey. If you're feeling like a hypocrite because you're not working out and you're not, eating right, you're not doing your personal development, whatever, you are being a hypocrite. So you just need to smack yourself in the face and say, I'm going to start doing it. It's 30 minutes. It's 2% of my day. If I can't do it, my client sure as heck can't do it. So I just needed to give some tough love because I love you, because I believe in you, because I know you can do it. I wouldn't say Emerald is easy if it truly wasn't. It's you inviting 2 people to buy a challenge pack for $140 to change their life, to start an own business. For me, I started my own business. I think I paid $180 when I started. And my story, $180 has 100,000% changed my life. So give them testimonials, tell them what is possible, compliment them, let them know that you see something that they don't see, and that's where the magic happens. So if you are struggling, you need to invite. If you're looking and you need to go into your Coach Online office and get your business activity tracker, I also have uploaded one in our team group that's a little different, but it's basically, if you listen to Melanie Mitchell, every day she's in there checking off her business activity tracker. If you listen to the top coaches, that's what they're doing. And I am telling you that I said that and I heard that for 2 years and I never used it. So until I started breaking it out, until I started using that, that's when I treated my business like a business and not as a hobby. So that was my quick, you can do it, just get out of your own way, rampage. And I just want to really quick say how excited I am to have Danielle and Jessie talk tonight, because they have really teamed up. They're such awesome success partners. They are both very organized. They're both very go-getters. They're goal-oriented. And I love talking a little bit about how different their stories of coaching is. So Jessie started, I want to say 2013. Was that when you originally signed up? Yeah. And she, was good at it, sold some things, and then just kind of was like, I'm busy, I'm getting married, like all this stuff. So she ended up quitting. And then I was like talking to some of her customers that started coming to me, and I was like, girl, this girl wants to sign up as a coach. Are you coming back or not? Because she had said like, maybe I want to come back later. And she was like, okay. And it was like one of her best friends. So she signed back up to coach, and then went to Summit, and her whole mindset was like, this is what I need to do. And then she came home and she freaking quit her job. She was like, I hate my boss. My boss is an idiot. I'm miserable. And she quit her job. She came home from Summit and quit her job, went and picked up, she was a hairdresser, went and picked up her scissors and never went back to work. Like crazy. And you know what? So there's nothing, and I know that, Stephanie Morrison, she quit and came back. I have Angela Camello was actually a coach, I think starting in 2010. She lost some weight. She was a coach. She quit. And then I schemed her into signing on to me. She was going to sign on with somebody else who was asking me an opinion. I was like, oh, girl, he's not going to have time for you. He's too successful. Come to our team. So, there's so many coaches that quit and come back, and their why wasn't strong enough, or it wasn't for them in that time. And that's fine. But once you realize like this is what I meant to do, you have that aha moment. She just kind of went with it. So yeah, Jessie has got married. She's pregnant with her first baby. And she's paired up with Danielle, and Danielle is, she's a full-time student. She was working as a like administrative position, and, ended up like unexpectedly, no longer knowing if she was going to have a job or not. So she was like, okay, I'm going to take this Beachbody and I'm going to go with it. And so, after like 2 months in the business, she was like, okay, I'm going to just not get another job, and I'm going to make Beachbody my income. And she did that. So both of them now are full-time coaches. And it's just crazy that, they've partnered up as success partners, and they've just been absolute rock stars. They are keeping in track, and they'll tell you more about that. And we're going to help you pair up with a success partner at the end of today's call and in our post. So they'll talk about that. But both of them are the two people that I know if I need something done and I don't have the time, or if I ask them, it's like, boom, done, no problem. They are just so consistent, so reliable. They're just awesome. So I really appreciate everything you guys do for us. And I will turn it over to you.
Okay. Thank you for that introduction. So I don't know if, Jessie, can you share it from your screen, or do I need to share it from my screen? We have a PowerPoint for you.
I have to bring it up, but it shouldn't be long.
So fancy.
I know. Well, mine, it was not this fancy when I put it into Google Docs, and I opened it before the call, and I don't know what Jessie did, but she has like PowerPoint magicness.
No, just an associate's degree. I don't know how to share.
Do you have it open?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Here you go.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, where'd it go?
Just give it a minute.
Oh, okay.
Or not. Should be there. There it goes. Okay.
So we're going to talk to you about a few different things tonight. The first one is live events. I know April always says how important they are. So we're going to kind of reiterate what she says, and we each have, Jessie went to Summit. That kind of changed her whole mindset. Super Saturdays did that for me. So we're each going to kind of take the live events and explain a little more about why you absolutely need to get to one. We also have some do's and don'ts of coaching and what we learned by making mistakes and what works and what doesn't work. And then we're going to explain kind of how we became success partners and why, if you don't have one, you need to find one because they are the best thing ever. So this top clip is from the Pittsburgh Super Saturday. I know some of you guys were there, and some of you went to the Super Saturdays in your area. We were lucky enough to have Carl Deichler, Autumn, Melanie Mitro. I mean, it was like you couldn't get it any more celebrity Beachbody loaded. And it's so motivational. It's so inspirational. And like every single time I leave Pittsburgh after Super Saturday, I'm like totally gung-ho. I have 2 hours to drive home and think about what I want to do, and I have all these ideas, and it's just if you are kind of in a slump or you're kind of not sure if this is for you, getting to a Super Saturday will 100% make you realize why you want this and what you need to do. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about why you should get your spouse to them. And Jessie will go over kind of like if you're a new coach, how you can see the bigger perspective with the live events. But Jason he wasn't against it when I signed up, but he was kind of just like, whatever, it's not going to work. It's a waste of money. And I think he just finally got tired of me going, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? That he was just like, I don't freaking care what you do. I'm tired of hearing about it. So I signed up, and he was like, okay, yeah, you're a coach, big whoop. I'm pretty sure he was secretly thinking it would last a few weeks and then it would fizzle out. And I went to a Super Saturday like a month into coaching, and I took him with me. And that was the turning point for him, because he finally saw that it is so much more than just selling people weight loss programs. And from that moment, he has been like totally on board with me doing this full time. And even now, like I said I wanted to go to Smart Success in California and spend $1,000. And he didn't blink an eye. He's like, if you need to do it, we'll make it work, do it. I went to Pittsburgh last weekend. He couldn't go. For Super Saturday, he was like, you know what, you need to go, do what you have to do. I hosted a Super Saturday the next morning, and he came. He had no clue what was going on, but he was there supporting me, drinking the free Shako shots. And once he came to that, it was a total 180 on fighting him and kind of how he thought. He kind of more understood that it is a business and it can change lives if you work at it. I don't remember what's on the other slide, Jessie. Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought, do you want to do Super Saturday first?
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead.
Okay. So they have them all over the country. The next one is April 2nd. Is it April 2nd? Okay. And you can host one if you don't have one local. In your coach online office, under the live events tab, there is a map that will show you all of them all over the country once they get registered. So you can find one and you can register, and then you're all set. If you want to host one, you do have to be at least an Emerald coach to host one. And I hosted one this past weekend, and it was very, very small, but it was still nice because you kind of get more one-on-one. We did a hammer and chisel workout. I got to meet some new people from the area who were just getting started. And it was fun to host. I will have to say, after being in Pittsburgh the night before, it was like night and day. So if you can get to a bigger city, I would suggest going to the bigger ones if you can, because they get people like Carl and Autumn, and it's just anything that you can get to is going to be good. But if you have the choice of going to like Pittsburgh versus Sagertown, go to the bigger one. They also will, yes, and April says to come to Charlotte. So once you get Carl there, we're all coming. And all Super Saturdays get the same video from corporate, so they all have the same information. They'll have the newest product releases, the newest product information. Like this past weekend, they talked about the Success Club trip in Punta Cana. They talked about all the new releases, the new programs that are coming out. So they all have the same information as far as what's coming from corporate. So it kind of gives you a heads up for what to expect in the coming months. And there's a picture of all of us from Pittsburgh. We got a whole bunch of us, so we were all able to sit together and hang out. And like I said, the one in Pittsburgh, we had Carl talk, and Melanie Mitro was there and got her recognition for being top coach again. They had successful coaches do their success stories, and you kind of see firsthand, okay, this person came from nothing and has now built a 15-star diamond business. So it really kind of motivates you that, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. And like there's just, it's so encouraging that I left that night. Like I actually cried on the way home because I was like so motivated by what I can do. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be a top 10 coach. It's just a matter of time. So you need to get to a Super Saturday. If you have any questions on how to find the map, just post in the group and we can help you figure out where there's one local. All right, Jessie, it's all you.
Okay, so Beachbody Summit was in Nashville, and it is an annual conference for all Beachbody coaches, and it has all of the trainings and all kinds of trainings and general sessions. We listened to Shalene Johnson talk. We listened to some of the top coaches talk. Carl talked, and then they also had keynote speakers that were focused on personal development. And then we also had workouts with the trainers each day. My biggest takeaway from Summit was the only way you're going to make this business work is if you believe in yourself and if you believe in the business itself. For me, it was pretty much life-changing. It lit a fire under my ass. And like April said, I came home and I had listened to one of the general sessions, I believe, about like negativity and getting rid of all of that out of your life. And I was just like, you know what? My boss causes more stress than I make money worth, and I'm not dealing with it anymore. So I came home and I told my husband I'm not going back to work. And he didn't believe me, but I proved that I was not kidding either. So if you are not on the waiting list yet, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's kind of like a vacation and a learning experience all in one. And I took so many notes, like a full notebook just full of notes. I just feel like you learn way, I don't want to say way more than a Super Saturday or the trainings on YouTube, but it's definitely more motivational to actually be there in person and see it all and hear it all and just be with all of your coaches on your team. And that's just, I don't know, that's just, something that you're not going to understand unless you probably experience it for some people, for most people. So if you haven't, get on the waiting list.
These are a few do's and don'ts that I have found have helped me. I know some of them are probably like the 800 bazillionth time you've heard them, but some of the things that you need to do and make non-negotiable are the 3 vital behaviors. They're there for a reason. Carl recommends them for a reason. Melanie Mitro does them for a reason. They work. Which, if you don't know, it's invite, be a product of the product, and do your personal development. Another thing is to follow successful coaches. And the picture here is the top 10 from 2015. So if you're not already following them on YouTube and Facebook, you need to find them and follow them. They have great inspiration. And I've found the easiest way to learn and to figure out how to become a successful coach is to watch what successful coaches do. They're successful for a reason. I mean, and kind of like what April posted today, I don't go in and copy word for word their post, but I get an idea of what they do, and then I kind of try and turn it into my own thing. So like every morning, Melanie Mitro is posting a workout selfie. So I try and do that, and it has helped. I've noticed more people are saying, you know, I've followed you. I see you're working out every day. So, you know, follow them. They're successful for a reason, and just learn from them. Another thing to do is reach out to your upline. They're there for a reason. They want to help you. They want you to succeed. So don't ever feel like you can't go to them because they don't want you, you know, don't feel like you're going to be an inconvenience or you're going to bother them. They're always there to help you. Another thing is to stay consistent, and make sure you're posting on social media. Make sure you're doing the workouts, and don't show up one day and then disappear for a week, and then show up another day and then disappear for a month. You know, be there every single day, 3 to 5 times a day. Find a success partner, which we will go into detail a little bit more. That has been a huge game changer for me. Also, be genuine. Like, people can tell when you're fake on Facebook. There's a way that it just comes across, even though it's in text, or especially people that know you can tell that you're being fake. So just be yourself. Don't change who you are to try and sell. Don't change who you are to try and appeal to everybody, because it doesn't really matter what other people think. Just be yourself, and you will attract the people that you want to find. Some of the things to not do: the show up here and there, that's kind of a little more along the lines of what a hobby coach does. Like, if you're going to do this and work your business, you need to show up every day. This goes along with being consistent. Don't skip the 3 vital behaviors ever. I know personal development, I kind of slacked off for a while, and my business suffered. As soon as I got back into it, I could see a difference. And it doesn't have to be sitting down and reading a book. I don't like to read. I can read, but I don't like to read. So I do YouTube videos, I do audiobooks, and I've found that works for me. I get distracted if I try and sit down and read a book. So instead of listening to music while I cook, or listening to music while I, do stuff around the house, I'll play national wake-up calls. I'll play YouTube videos from top coaches, and I've gotten a lot of my personal development done that way. Don't give up within your first year. This has been said so many times, and I can see why people would get frustrated and give up, but you really, really have to stick it out, because it will take off. The other day was my 7th month of coaching. It doesn't seem like it's been 7 months, but when I look back at each month, I can tell every single month I'm moving forward, I'm growing more. So it definitely does take time, but don't give up within your first year. And don't be salesy. There's so many people on Facebook that I just want to message them and be like, oh my God, honey, please quit posting that. It's like the autumn Calabrese with all the containers, and they're like, oh, buy my 21-day fix and all that, and people don't like that. So don't be salesy, and you will have a lot better luck. I'm not saying that you can't, you can include your containers or something, but don't go to the Beachbody website, copy and paste a picture, put it onto your Facebook and say, you know, oh, buy the 21-day fix from me. That is not good. Don't do that.
Okay. Some lessons I've learned is you have to show up every single day. If you don't show consistency, your business isn't going to fall or move forward. I actually created a posting schedule, which there's a few examples too that you can find in the Team Run Pink Run Happy group. But I use Hootsuite and Buffer, and I bounce between the two, and I always schedule my posts for Instagram, my like page, my challenge groups, and you want to provide value in your posts. I usually schedule my next day the night before. So tonight I went and I scheduled everything that I need to do tomorrow, when I'm going to do it, and how I'm going to do it. And then I think I was listening to Melanie's National Wake Up Call this week. And there was one thing that she had said is don't sit down at the computer until you have a plan. Otherwise you get distracted. You just keep scrolling. I was very guilty of that. Drink my coffee in the morning and had no set plan. And then next thing you know, it's 10 o'clock and you've been distracted for 2 hours. Another thing she said that I really could relate to is on bad days, take a step back and reevaluate. Think about everything you've accomplished so far and just think about what you need to do next and set your goals. I created a vision board for the first time, and I have so much that I want to do this year. And the only way that you are going to stay on track with that is if you set some goals, create a vision board, and hang it up where you're going to see it every day. Mine's my background on my computer, so that way I know what I'm working for, why I need to do it, and what I need to do it.
Okay. So now we're to the fun stuff. Success partners. Jessie and I.
Sorry.
That's okay. Jessie and I have been success partners for about a month and a half, I think. So. We actually met when April came home in December, and we had that little team get together. And Jessie and I were the first ones there. So we ended up sitting outside and talking for 15 minutes while we waited for everybody to come. And I'd never met her before. I mean, I'd seen her, but I'd never actually met her. And then we all, were talking all night, and we left. And then we just kind of sort of kept talking after we got home. And then I think she's the one that asked, because she was like, do you have a success partner? And I was like, no, but I'm kind of looking. Do you want to be mine? And it was like, yeah, I mean, it was kind of like that when you have to ask somebody out. It was like kind of, do you want to be my success partner? And we just kind of ran with it, and we clicked right off the bat, and it's been great. Some things that you want to look for, and I think what really helps us work well together is that you want someone that's the same rank as you or close. We're both Emerald, pushing for Diamond, so that works good. You don't want to be a brand new coach and have your success partner be a 2-star coach, because you're at totally different place in your business, and similar struggles. We both kind of had the same struggles, with scrolling and staying on track and, being busy instead of productive. You want someone that's working the business the same amount. We are both full-time coaches. We both quit our jobs, so we do this full-time. And it's a lot easier because we're putting the same amount of effort in. It would be a lot harder, I think, if I was a part-time hobby coach and she was a full-time business builder. You need to be on the same page that way, because it will make keeping each other accountable a lot more easy and realistic. And you want to have a similar business goal. And this kind of goes to the hobby coach versus business builder. We both, like I said, we both quit our jobs. We both do this full time. We both want Diamond and to keep building. So we can push each other, and we know what we have to do to get there, so we can push each other to do the same thing.
Good.
Is it still me? Oh.
The importance of success partners is Danielle and I hold each other extremely accountable for each other. We both wake up super early and get our workouts in. And now every morning at 7, we're doing our power hours together. But we have the same routine, and it really helps. So there'll be times where I'll text her and I'll be like, "Are you up?" I've been up since 3:30. Of course, she's not pregnant, so she doesn't have a reason to be up at 3:30. And I just can't sleep anymore. So pregnancy insomnia has paid off big time lately. And we help each other wake up. We help each other plan out our days if we hadn't already, and say, well, this is what I need to do today. What are you going to do today? So then that way at the end of the day, we can be like, did we get our stuff done or did we not? We also run our own challenge group together, which really, that was kind of the first thing we did together, is we just kind of hooked up to do that. And then it's really evolved since that. And the challenge group that we have, when we first started, I think the first time around was back in November or December. And there was no interaction and activity like there is now. We have so much interaction in our groups, which really helps, because it's just something that your challenge groups is what builds your business, I feel. And when your challengers are interacting, then it helps you talk to them about coaching opportunities, talks to them about, okay, like you finished this program, like how about we try 21 Day Fix Extreme now? So it really pays off. And as far as like teamwork and goal getters, I mean, we have the same goals. We're both on the brink of getting Diamond. We both want it. We both have a date set, and it's very soon. I can't remember when hers is, but mine's March 1st. So that's what we want to do. So we help each other make it to that goal. And once we hit that goal, then we move on to the next goal. But like I said, we check in together every morning, and throughout the day, I'll text her and I'll be like, I got all these ideas. Like, how do you feel about this? Or what should I do for that? And she'll be like, I really like that, but I was thinking this for this. So I just feel like if you got a success partner, your business would really benefit from it. Go ahead. Does anybody have any questions?
And one other thing that I did want to know, I forgot to put this in the slide, but guys, dogs, shush. You don't have to stick with the original success partner that you find. Like, if you get a success partner, you are not tied together for life. If it's not working, or if they decide to quit, or they decide that they don't want to work the business the same as you, it's okay to find a new success partner. Like, you want someone that's going to lift you up and help your business grow. And if your success partner is not doing that, it's okay to find a new one. So just, don't attach yourself to someone and think you're stuck for the rest of your Beachbody life if they decide that, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. So I just wanted to add that. Does anybody here have a success partner already? I know April does.
Yeah, and I've tried a couple. I probably had 3 or 4 before I found one that really worked for me. Right now, I kind of use Brooke and Danielle both. Danielle Rhodes as mine, but they're kind of, with Danielle having a baby and Brooke having so much with Wes traveling and stuff like that, we're not really on the same page right now. So I've kind of teamed up. I have like a group chat going with Carolyn Marone and Michelle Phillips. So, and that's not to say that like when Brooke or when Danielle are, wanting to, you know, be more present and stuff, that I'm not going to go back to them. But you have to, don't just think that because your success partner isn't doing anything, you shouldn't do anything. You need to find somebody else. You know, you need to keep yourself consistent too. And we all go through phases, so it's not a big deal. You know, obviously Danny being a new mom, that's her priority, is being a mom, and as it should be. You know, if she was at work, she'd take 6 weeks off of her job. And I really think that, you know, a new mom, Meg Wazinski really did that. Or I guess now her name's Klozowski. But she was a top 10 coach last year from 2014. And this year, I think she ended up in like high 20s, low 30s. And she still took 6 weeks off to be a mom. You know, so, but yeah, you may try somebody and it may work. You may have to find a couple. Sarah, I'd love for you to kind of talk a little bit about how, about this time last year, what a success partner did for you.
Okay. My dogs are being absolutely crazy today. I don't know what's up. So if they come in, like, I'm sorry for whatever happens. So really long story short, but last year, the same Super Saturday that you guys went to in Pittsburgh, actually, Melissa Ludwig went to, and they announced that, you know, there was going to be Team Cup in February, and she kind of came home from Team Cup last year, I mean from Super Saturday last year, and she messaged me and Angela Camello, and she was like, you know, you girls, like, you're on my radar. I really want you on my team. At the time, we're not Emerald coaches. We were just coaches. And, you know, we started from that very moment, and we hit the ground running, and we really just like talked every single day. We talked about our goals, the good, the bad, the ugly. And we, you know, success partners. We would tell each other to go work out. Same thing. Like, you know, it would be like, we would talk each other through good and bad days. It was just, you know, honestly, like friendly competition even. I would even go as far as to say that. And, you know, what was cool about it, and kind of contrary to what you did say, was that while we had the same goals about, you know, what we wanted from the business and whatever, we were all leading very different lives. You know, I was a stay-at-home wife at the time. Melissa's a stay-at-home mom, and Angela was in nursing school. So we were really living very separate lives, but it was cool because there was 3 of us, someone was always there for the other person in absence of. So it was really awesome, and we were a trifecta, and we held each other really accountable. I mean, like, my business, I can't stress enough, like, I was Emerald within, like, I don't know, a week or so of, like, talking to them, and then just, like, crazy, like, my business just took off because, you know, I think what was really hard for me when I came off of my, you know, retail management job, 50 hours a week, was not having structure and not having someone to be like, your tasks of the day are X, Y, Z. And yes, aside from the 3 vital behaviors, which, you know, obviously, but, you know, having like set structure and expectation, and someone coming to you and being like, this is what I expect, these were your goals, like, hold accountable to them. And having that success partner, it was literally like having a partner in a business. I mean, granted, none of us, all 3 of us could even help each other volume wise on whatever leg we're on. We were all on very different legs. And so none of our businesses had anything to do with each other, but, you know, we were able to all lift each other up. And honestly, it was amazing. Like, we, you know, since then we kind of have all gone our separate ways. We have, like, you know, as it goes, like, life changes and things, you know, goals, and I love them to death. Like I would not be, I could say, to partners. So I mean, like, you know, you go through life, like April said, different things go on and different things happen, and people go through different strides of life and whatever, but having people that, you know you and that you are expecting to hear from, because you, there's nothing really tangible, everything's online, you know, so having those conversations is so, it just grounds you and it really just keeps you in check. And so I can't say it enough to get a success partner, and like, you know, like Danielle said, I'm sorry, like Danielle said, try them out. You know, like your upline can pair you up with someone, but you have to click. It's like a friendship. It's a relationship. So, you know, absolutely. Sorry. I can't say enough. Like, I owe everything to having success partners and getting on a team cup team also. I can't, you know, like, that's, you got to build you can't go at this solo. You can't. You have to be together, you know, don't try to reinvent the wheel, and have ideas, but build them up with your peers. And I think that'll help everyone so much. So that's really all I have.
Perfect. Molly, you do look rough over there, poor thing. You look miserable. I hope you feel better. But yeah, so does anybody here a coach rank? Raise your hand. Okay, so we've got Erica. Amanda, how many coaches do you have? 1, 2, do your fingers. Amanda. It looks like she's.
I don't have. I'm just a coach.
Oh, okay. I thought you had.
Up.
That was a challenge pack that you sold. Okay, so Erica and Amanda are coach rank. I think Jen, you go, girl. You just signed on and you're like on everything. You go. So I think she's coach as well. And then who here is Emerald rank? Okay, Jackie, Nancy, and then Diamond is Sarah, Molly, and Vicky. And then yeah, Danielle and Jessie are Emerald too. So you can see that, you know, Emerald, a new Emerald is also different than somebody that's like, okay, I'm just waiting on one coach to sign one more coach, you know, too. So, but really, I think even more than worrying about rank and where you are is also personality. So, you know, if you're a very tough love kind of person and somebody is very sensitive, and that's not, you two are not going to fly together. But yeah, what we're going to do is we are going to write down some questions for you to answer and everybody else, and you'll tag your team in the team page. And so hopefully our goal is to get people matched up with a success partner. And like I said, it may not be the first time, it may take some time, but I definitely suggest that you guys start hopping onto our 7 a.m. power hours if you can. If you cannot, get with your success partner and we can give you the list of what to do, and just get on a Zoom and be like, okay, 10 minutes, do this, go. So yeah, I just can't tell you how much that's helped me. I have like 16 messages that I need to respond to right now, and that's not normally the case. It's because I've been doing so much extra messaging and adding new people. I can't say enough good things about it. So what questions do you guys have? And it can be about anything we talked to you about tonight. It can be anything in general, anything you're struggling with, questions for as a new coach, whatever. So go ahead and ask. Anything from any of our new coaches, anything that you're struggling with or have questions about? Erica, are you trying to unmute yourself? Okay. Okay, let me see if I can unmute you. There you go. You're good.
I have a sleeping baby, so I'll try to be quiet. My question was, my mom doesn't mind signing up as a coach under me to get me to Emerald, but she doesn't want to order the shakes every single month. So what do I do then?
So she would have to either buy or sell 50 PV, personal volume points, to stay active. There's other things that are cheaper. So she might want to try maybe the performance line 1 month. She might want to try Shakeology Boost 1 month. She might want to try, there's so many different things you can look at, a 3-day refresh. So there's other things that she can buy. Or if you're using her account and working her account, you could, sell something under her with 50 personal volume points too.
Okay.
Danielle and Jessie, what would you say to somebody that's struggling with staying consistent?
Create a posting schedule. I actually have mine taped right on my cupboard here, and it shows Monday, it shows the whole week, morning, afternoon, evening, what to post. And that way I never feel like I have to sit and spend 15 minutes figuring out what to post. If I don't already have something ready, I just go, I look at it, I find something, or I create something real quick that will add value, and then I post it. And I know, like Jessie had said, is you can schedule them if you're really, really struggling getting them posted on time. Put them into Hootsuite or Buffer, and then they automatically will go. But that's, I found, really, really helped me stay consistent, is when I knew exactly what to post and I didn't have to think about it anymore. Because before that, I would spend like half an hour going, okay, what should I post today? Should I post a recipe? Should I post a workout video? And now it's just, I look, a lot of the times I'll have it the night before, like Jessie said too, and then I post it and it's done.
If you look on April's Google Drive for Run Pink, Run Happy, there's a thing called Power of the Threes. That's actually what I use, and it has time increments. So I literally map out my day, and that way I'm not spending too much time on something, or I get distracted, and or I just completely will forget to do something sometimes. So if I write everything down and I plan it the night before or the morning of, that really helps to keep me on track with everything.
Yeah, and I love writing down things the night before too, because I really feel like it helps me sleep better. I don't think about everything I have to do. I will lay in bed otherwise. So I definitely think that helps too. One other thing I wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about, and this is, I don't know how much you can see it, but okay, so while I was listening, I was kind of updating my board, and some things I put on there is I put all of my January goals. And then I have, really probably not able to see. And then I've got my 10 in play. So these are people that I'm talking to. And then if you're pushing for elite, what I do is I have every month, I write down my elite points I get, and they send this to you in an email once you're diamond, my success club points and my rank. So I keep track of that all year long. And then I have over here, I've got my Shakeology reminders. I've got weekly prizes to remind myself because I'm any giveaways, or I owe some people emerald bags. I have my success club points, my goal for me and Matt. I keep track of people that have success starter, what month they're in, who's won, and then sorry, I really can't see if you can see this or not. And then challenge packs and coaches I've signed. So I just love, if you're kind of on the go a lot, then, maybe that's not the best system, but those are things for me that I'm always up here in my office. It's good for me. I can just look over like, okay, who do I need to send Shaker reminders to this week? Okay, when did that person sign up? When's their, club membership coming out? Things like that. So, but just get consistent. I can't tell you enough how much writing things down is so important. And, Sarah used to always say like, oh no, I don't really go from a list. I just talk to people. I'm pretty good at remembering. And I was like, oh, well, okay, good for you. Cause I remember saying that when I first started, and I was like, I don't know how you don't forget about people, because I did that and I forgot about people all the time. And now Sarah's finally like, okay, I have to write things down. So there will get a time where it's too much and your business is too large for you not to write things down. So you might as well get in the habit of doing it now and not having to retrain yourself later. And there's a couple ways that I would suggest doing this. In my planner each day, I write down like who I talk to, and then at the bottom, if they've bought, I write that there. So I can just easily go back and check and see, okay, this person, I highlight this person, that's the day that they bought. And then, I don't even understand what that means. But yeah, so I write down everybody I've talked to. And then the other thing that I do is during our power hour, I write down everybody that I talked to. And then I think I showed you guys this, but Sarah, this was her goal today, was to create this box. And so I write down in January, I've got one for every single one of my challengers. I have a little thing. I write down their goals, some things about them. And then I have my leads in here. I've got prospects. I have dream coaches. I've got everybody from my free group. And so I almost fell over. I tripped over a weight. I just was I kept trying to do a Excel, and then I would use it for a week and I'd forget about it. And then it would be stressful because I'd have to try to remember everybody and put them back in there. I just quit. Excel is not for me. I'm not that girl. If you are, good for you. Just find something that works and go for it. If you're a paper and pen kind of girl, that's fine. But just get in the habit of writing people down, because then you can flip back through and do your follow-ups. That's the best thing, is that I just flip back through from my planner and I'm like, oh my gosh, I invited this person. They said they were going to order. What happened to them? So, yeah. Is that your box, Sarah? Oh, it's pretty. Good job. So.
Another thing that I found that helped me with the consistency, and I know April already talked about it, is this business activity tracker. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's in the Run Pink, Run Happy. If you're not using it tonight, go print it out. Start tomorrow, because it's a new week, and it keeps you on track, because you literally have to check off everything that you have to do. And then if you don't get it all done, it stares you in the face as a big empty box. So that really, really helped make sure I was getting everything done.
I do that too, because I saw how you highlight what you didn't do, and then you look at the week and it's like, look how much shit I skipped this week.
Yeah, that's all of my empty boxes I highlight in bright yellow, and then at the end of the week it's like, oh, no wonder I got no Success Club points, because I invited no one.
Yeah, and you know what you can do? I'm going to go just take one of mine and get it laminated, and then just use a dry erase marker. You can do that. I mean, if you're traveling with it, that's not great. But for me, most of my stuff is always here, just for saving paper. Or you could even just put it in a sleeve, and, kind of do that way and just tape it so it doesn't move. But, yeah, I will comment on that so you guys can see that. It'll bring it up. But, I mean, honestly, every single thing that Beachbody puts out, it's like, do your business activity tracker. Vicki, I'm going to comment on it, because there's one in corporate, there's one in the in the Coach Online office, but I created one that I kind of liked a little better, but it's not that different. So I'll just comment on it, so it'll bring it up, because I got to print some anyways. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, so okay, I can't do two things at once. Thank you guys so much for doing this call. I love that we really focused on success partners. What I'm going to do is when I get the recording, I will post that. If you guys want to, Jessie and Danielle, just send me a couple things that I think I should ask people to get them paired up. Sarah, is there anything that you can think of in particular that we should ask for success partners?
I think they need.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I would say like the amount of time that someone has to dedicate, honestly, because like we were in a group chat all day, all night, like whatever. And if someone is working or whatever, I could see how that would like not really work, if they're not available for 10 hours, 12 hours at a time, or 8 hours even. So amount of time, and then I think like long-term goals, honestly, like, are you in it like for the long haul? What are your long-term goals? Because I think that I don't know. I think that it's hard to say off the top, because I feel like all of us plan on being here, like as of right this very minute. But I think that you just really have to figure out if your, goals are the same.
Oh, I don't know how to delete files in a group. I uploaded the wrong thing, so don't go by that.
I think you could just hit delete or like remove or something.
There's not a delete. There's only a download.
I think you can just delete documents. You can't delete files, because I catch up in that old group and I couldn't. It just downloaded.
It's so annoying.
So I just made a new group.
Ignore that. I have to find it again. So I will post the good one. So, okay, well, thank you guys so much. I'm going to get going, and I will post the recording, and then we'll get you guys signed up for some success partners. So have a great night, and happy payday tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
Oh, yeah, 7 a.m. power hour.
Do you want me to call you at 6 to get up and work out?
Absolutely, please.
All right.
They'll call me.